Hello, everyone.
Hey everybody!
I want you guys to say hello to Double D Paranormal, Donnie. So, who do we have here tonight? We have Whipped It Cryptid. Hello, brother. Christina. Hello. Barbara. Eric. And let's see who else. Paranormal Melissa. Hello. Sneaky. Hello, Sneaky. Okay. So, guys, I want you to meet my friend Donnie from the channel Double D Paranormal.
Hello everyone! How you doing?
Hi,
Hey
Zach.
Barbara!
How are you, Zach? Slim Cat,
Come
hello.
here.
Nightmare, hello.
There's a bunch of
Okay.
people in here.
Oh, there's Laura. Hello,
Hey
Queen.
Laura!
Adrian, hello. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Okay, so Donnie, um, I always start my show with the same questions to all my guests, and it is how did you come up with the name Double D Paranormal Adventures? Is it?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay.
And I came up with Double D Paranormal Adventures by my first and last name. My first name starts with D, which is Donnie, and my last name also starts with a D. So therefore, I am Double D.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And we got some other people. We got Dom. Hello, Dom.
Hey
We
Dom, what's up, buddy?
got, we got Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Hello. Okay. Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
What's up,
Okay.
Patrick?
So you've been putting videos on YouTube for how long now?
I've actually only been putting videos on YouTube for about 2 months now. I started at the very end of December of 2021.
Okay. Jared, hello. What got you into wanting to do YouTube videos?
Um, I know when I had my first set of paranormal experiences, I was kind of baffled. Back when I first started having experiences, you didn't talk about this stuff. You were thought to be crazy as a castaway. Um, People would quit talking to you. So I know I had a lot of issues with hearing these things and seeing these things, and I'm hoping that there's somebody out there that um, can maybe get some clarification of their own problems through some of my videos. Hey, it is real. I see the same things. I hear the same things. I know I'm not crazy now, and there's a community that will accept me. Um, when I do hear these things, they'll believe me. They won't think I'm crazy.
Okay. Um, how did you find your locations, like your first locations that you had?
My very first location, and it wasn't a very long video. It was actually the house that's right behind me. There was a man there. He passed away in the house, and I just wanted to go and see if he was still there. Um, like we had some small things happen after he passed away in my own house. Like a lighter would be moved, or a knife would be misplaced, and we know we wouldn't do it. And our children weren't old enough to get on the counters and stuff yet. Now they just get a chair and climb up. But back then they wasn't able to. So um, we knew it wasn't us. So what was it? And one night, finally, I said, "Frankie, you got to stop moving my lighter." And I actually found my lighter. It was up on the top shelf. I would never put my lighter on a top shelf.
Okay. So, guys, if you have any questions, put them in all caps so I can see them better, find them faster too. I just saw something that Laura wrote. Where is it? Right here. You found that community for sure, Donnie D.
I'm glad I did. I really am glad that I can kind of blend in now. Where before I was just like, I'm here and I know these things happen and I can't tell a whole lot of other people about it. So,
Okay. Um, so
Jared,
did you know how to edit videos before, or you just learn as you go on?
I am learning every day. And I think even some of the people that do this professionally will say they learn every day. But I was green. I was fresh. I had never even seen video editing software. And when I first put it on my computer, my very first, I think 3 videos I had to trash because I kept clicking in the wrong spot and adding stuff where I wasn't supposed to, and like I would have the music at the end, and I couldn't get it back to the other side where it was supposed to be at for the intro. So I completely trashed my first 3 videos, and then I came out with Frankie's video, and it was done off of an Android um, video editor. I used it on my phone and just did it that way.
Okay. Hi, Kayla. Okay. So, have you ever had a bad experience so far on your explorers and investigations?
I've had one experience on the last uh, cemetery visit I had, and um, I was kind of talking to you a little bit about it. But there's something that keeps pulling me back to this graveyard that I don't know why. It's the first time it's ever happened. I feel like I have to go back, and I've already been back once, and I feel like I have to go back again. And I don't know what it is, but it's calling me back there, and that's the first time I've ever had something like that happen.
Okay. 13 spirits. Uh, Sorry, Mary slipped on the button and she put you in timeout. So sorry about that. Okay. Oh, we have a question here. Question: have you ever had an experience that made you wonder why you were doing this?
Um, No, no, I have not. Just for the simple fact is I love doing this, and even if I don't get anything, or if I get something that's crazy scary, which I have not gotten yet, that's made me jump out of my skin, um, I don't see myself ever going, "Why am I doing this?"
Yeah, was an honest mistake, Dom. You know we love you. You're in the family. Yeah, okay. Hello, farmer. And we love you too, Mary. It happens. Okay. Let's get back to the interview. Um, do you have like a bucket list of places you would like to go?
I think everyone has a bucket list, and yes, I do. I have quite a few. I've always wanted to go Trans Allegheny. Right now I'm drawing a blank, but Waverly Hills, uh, and there was some amusement park here in Florida that was supposed to be haunted. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but I do want to go check it out.
Okay. Hello, Amy. Okay. And are you planning on doing videos out of state, like go to another state, different states, and stuff like that?
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to Nubs like 2 or 3 days ago about possibly coming to Virginia and possibly doing a collab.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, welcome back, Dom. So sorry this happened. Okay. Um, so, do you have, like, did you ever bring anything home with you from your investigations?
I don't believe I've ever brought anything home. However, my daughter one time did see something. She found some pictures underneath the carpet, and then for about 2 months straight, she wouldn't go in her room. Said there was a dark shadow in the corner. Um, I was completely clueless at that time as to what she was even talking about. I never saw it. However, I went in there and took a few photos, and there was something in the corner. So we went in there, and I prayed while she told it that this was her room. Never had a problem since.
Okay.
So maybe my daughter brought some home from school. I don't know.
Or maybe it was in the house. And how old is your daughter?
She at that time she was 4, and now she is 6.
Okay. Yeah, because little ones, they don't know how to shut off their empath abilities. Like they didn't learn that yet.
Right, right, absolutely. They haven't learned that that's not really there, or that's imaginary, or other people can't see that.
Mhm.
So they truly see it for what it is.
Okay. And do you have like a regular schedule for your channel? Like every Tuesday you drop a video or something like that? Or it's just on random when you have something?
It's usually just random when I have something, because right now I'm kind of like doing this as I get money. Like I've got a few coming up. As a matter of fact, 3 of them back here in the next couple of weeks. Um, so it's those videos I'll probably put on a schedule, because they're going to be multiple video sets. So I'll probably drop one every probably week, once a week.
Here. Donnie, are you talking about the clo- closed down Pirates of the Caribbean theme park there? Oh, the theme park you were talking about you wanted to go to.
I don't know if that's it or not, but I'll definitely find out. I'll definitely have to find out, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. But I can't think of about it right now.
Okay. Dom says, Donnie, I will get back to you with some place in the neck of your woods.
All right, Dom, I appreciate it.
Jared, will you stop by Tennessee?
Of course, to come and see you, bro.
Of course. Here she says, it was shut down and abandoned.
It could be. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to say the wrong name, and then I'll be end up going to the wrong one, like 2 states over.
Okay. So remember, guys, Donnie's link is in the chat. I think it's pinned up on top as well. It should be, or it's in the description also. So if you have any questions, put them in all caps and I will ask away.
Well, if
Okay.
I see Jared, I'll have to see you, Laura. I mean,
Okay. Do you have like a, let's say, something that's going to be different from here to the summer, like for your channel? Are there going to be any changes or planning to
um,
add live streams to your channel or?
I was gonna start doing live streams. I just got StreamYards. I haven't got the membership yet. I want to wait till I get the membership, because actually, Kayla, my fiance, she actually goes with me to a lot of places, and she runs the IR night vision camera. So we were talking about maybe even on her channel, using her channel for the IR night vision, or we can do like we just recorded 3 scratcher videos. And I told her we could put those on her channel, because we don't we're a family, and we do all sorts of things together. So we want to include some of that also on YouTube, not just the paranormal channel that I have. So we were thinking about adding a little bit of variety in with her channel as well.
Okay. Um, when you go out and investigate, what's your favorite equipment you like to use?
My favorite piece of equipment is the REM pod because you can actually see and hear when something's there. Like the K2, you may miss it if it's on the ground away from you. But the REM pod, you actually would hear an audible sound, and you will also see the light depending on how close in nature that is to the REM pod itself. And from there, you can get other readings, knowing that there is some around the REM pod.
Okay. And what's your favorite location to investigate? Is it a cemetery or a private home or?
Believe it or not, my favorite ones to investigate, I haven't been to yet.
Oh,
So I
okay.
haven't got an honest opinion on that yet, but I've done a lot of graveyards. Even throughout my childhood, I would go through graveyards and snap photos and stuff like that. Um, as far as like haunted houses, I haven't been to a whole lot of haunted houses or businesses. I did go to a sports pub, um, and I put that video out, but I haven't done them yet, and I really hope that is as interesting as I hope it is.
Okay, got a question here. Uh, if you could build a paranormal dream time, or it's
I
probably
think Dream Team.
team, yeah, who would it be?
You really gonna ask me this? There's so many of the community out there that is awesome, and I would love to be able to investigate something with every one of you guys. Omar, I've already met him, but I haven't investigated anything with him. Um, that would be awesome. You, Sandra, Laura, Nubs, all of you guys in this community, Amy, all of them. I mean, it wouldn't be a dream team; it'd be a dream community.
A dream family.
Dream family. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, let's just see if there's other questions. Um, okay. So you haven't investigated your favorite place yet.
No, ma'am, not yet. I'm going really, really soon. As a matter of fact, like in a week, on the
Okay.
4th, I will be there.
Can we have without spoiling it, can you tell us what this place is?
It is an old jail.
Oh.
There's actually supposed to be a historian that meets me there, so I can get a couple recordings of a lot of the history of it. Because, like I tell everybody, I'd rather have it from like a historian's point of view or someone who is well known in that, well versed in that area or situation, so that I don't say the wrong things. And I'm not saying it's this way when it was really this way. I'd rather have an expert say it.
Okay. And I remember seeing one of your videos that you were investigating. It was sort of like a bar restaurant or something. Can you
Yes,
tell us
ma'am.
about that or about that video in particular?
Yes, ma'am. I only put the first part of that video out because I still need to do 2 interviews to put in the second half of the video. But that was actually a old funeral parlor, funeral home, and it was converted over in the 40s from a funeral parlor to the bar itself, and it's been ran as a bar ever since. Now they found a lot of disturbing things in this funeral home when they cleaned it all out. Um, and they said the undertaker was to blame, and that it was um, and actually only an African American funeral home. No white people was allowed in there.
Oh. That's
So for me to be going as a young white man, and to go in there, I did kind of disturb some of the spirits that was in there.
okay. Wow. And did you get in contact with the Undertaker?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the Undertaker himself. It never presented itself as I am the Undertaker. Um, I got a, a couple pretty nasty words. Um, uh, they told me they was a demon, a devil. Um, However, I didn't feel anything like that. I did feel anxious there towards the end, and felt like I needed to hurry up and get out of there though, because something was gonna escalate. And then when we went outside, it kept asking if it was dead, and that they're coming, and the ghost tube app just constantly kept repeating that, and I did catch that on camera. So it's is it the Undertaker? I don't know, but it was someone who's not necessarily nice either.
Okay. And before we started the show, we were talking behind the scenes, and you were telling me that there's a certain cemetery that is still calling your name. Like you feel you have to go back, there's unfinished business. Can you explain this cemetery to us?
Yes, ma'am. It is the last cemetery that I've visited. Now I've visited multiple cemeteries. This one has graves dating back to the 1800s, early 1800s, like 18, I think 28 was the earliest we've seen. However, there was a ton of children's graves there. Um, there was about 100, 150, if not more, children's graves there. So it was extremely sad. The whole time I was there, I had this overwhelming sad feeling. And then I was pulled over to one side of the cemetery to a little girl's grave. Her name was Katie, and I left a cat ball on top of Katie's grave because something called me to Katie's grave. So I told her, you can have this ball, you can play with this ball, and I tell you what, if you make it light up and you play with it, I'll let you have this ball. Um, and we were walking away from Katie's grave, and the ball starts going off. So I was like, cool. We finally gave her something to play with. Um, that investigation continues, and then at the end, it said she was bored. On the Ghost Tube app, it said she was bored and she was trapped, and like don't, as in like don't go. So to me, that made me feel she wants me there, or something wants me there. I'm trying to figure out what and why. As a matter of fact, I had to contact Eli and Jax after this, and I was like, "Hey guys, you got to, like, I can't stop thinking about this. What's going on here?" And they kind of helped me a little bit and said, maybe you should talk to a few people. And I talked to a few people, and I'm still trying to figure out what it is exactly they want first before I move forward with this.
Did you ever get her name, or her name was written on the headstone for sure?
The name was written on the headstone, and it was that particular grave, like I say, that was calling me there. So I call it Katie. However, there's a possibility it could not be Katie. We never got to confirm Katie on the Ghost Tube app or the Spirit Box. So still
Oh,
waiting. The waiting game. I got to wait till it shows me.
okay. When do you think you'll ever go back?
Oh
Or
yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think I'm going to go back, probably within a week, just to make sure that that cat ball that I left there still has battery life, and if not, I'll just replace it, so that she can have another one that'll light up.
okay, that's
For
interesting.
some reason, when I was leaving there, I felt like maybe me giving her that was kind of like a symbol, as you're not alone. Here's something to maybe pass time. Um, it, that's what I felt when I did that. So. Um, it kind of made me feel a little more happy in that big area of sadness that I was in.
Hmm. Did you ever think of bringing her a toy just for her, or?
Yes, ma'am, I did. As a matter of fact, me and my fiance have some teddy bears to take her and put on her grave.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you going to do a
I,
video of this when you're offering it to her?
yes, ma'am. Every time I go out there, I video it. I still have a video that I haven't seen all the footage of yet from the last time we went when we tried to make contact with her again. Um, so I don't even know if we've made contact again yet.
Do you also use the Necrophonic app?
Yes, ma'am. I use a few different ones. I use the Necrophonics app. I use the Dead Wave app, and I also use GhostTube because GhostTube has the SLS camera built into it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And before the show, also, you were behind the scenes. You were planning on doing the Estes method?
Yes, ma'am. I do plan on doing the Estes method at that cemetery, so that maybe I can get a a clearer understanding of the words that are trying to come out. So maybe I can better understand what it is exactly, either if it is Katie, what Katie wants, or if it's something else, what do they want? Um, because I haven't been able to just sit and drown out everything else that's going around me.
Okay. Here, Donnie,
Right,
make
absolutely.
sure you're not alone when you do. That's exactly what I said when we were talking behind the screen, behind the show, well, whatever, behind the scenes.
Yes,
That's
she
the
did.
first thing I
Absolutely.
said. Don't do it alone.
Yeah, and my fiance would actually go with me, and she would be the one asking the questions. So
Okay. Look at Diva. Divas agree with you. The ghost too. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, guys, do you have any questions? Oh, she said, I'll kick your butt if you do.
Nope, nope.
Okay.
I'm too
Let's.
much of a chicken to do that.
If I skipped your question, please retype it so I can see it again. So, you're in the state of Florida?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm actually in northeastern Florida, northeast central, maybe I guess you could say. I'm between Gainesville and Jacksonville, so right in that area.
Oh, okay. So, no snow for you.
No, ma'am, not since I think it was like '87 was the last time it snowed pretty good here in Stoke.
Okay. Um, Upon that, I don't know what else to ask. If someone has any questions, let's go. Um, let's see. I didn't skip any questions. Let's just check and see. Oh, here's one. Have you ever been touched by anything?
That's actually a good question. I have been touched by something. It's kind of freaky to bring this up because I haven't talked much about it. But uh, when I was 20 years old, I had, or 21 years old, I had moved back in with my mother after getting a divorce, and I moved back from Ohio. Um, and I was seeing this girl. She was a little bit heavier into the bad witchcraft than I knew about. Um, One night I was staying at my mom's house and I felt myself lift up off the bed. Now, a lot of people would say that is what do you call that when you're awake but you can't move? Sleep paralysis. A lot of people would say it's sleep paralysis, but when it's sleep paralysis, you can't speak, you can't move any other parts of your body. You're just stuck there with your eyes moving. I screamed. I moved my head, and I dropped back down on the bed. My mom actually came running into the room, and I was crying, and I got up and I went and slept in my car that night. Didn't come back in the house. The next night, I went to sleep in the bed again, and I was asleep, but I was, you know how you're like, I don't want to go to sleep because I feel like something's going to happen, so I don't want to go to sleep. Um, but I think I finally dozed off, and then I felt myself like jerked. It wasn't like people say, "Oh, I was yanked off the bed." It wasn't something like that. It was just like a simple like tug, like a tug, like a quick tug, and that freaked me out. And I could move then, so I know it wasn't sleep paralysis again. And I was screaming again because at this time I still haven't honed in. I still hadn't honed in on what I could feel, what I could see, and all of that. Um, but it freaked me out. It scared me, and I was screaming. Mama came running in again. Thank God. Thank you, Mama, for coming to my rescue. And then she had a set of praying hands and a rosary, and she put it on the nightstand right next to my bed, and we prayed for I know 2 or 3 hours. We prayed, um, and then nothing else ever happened. Now my mom has told me since then. This has been a couple months back when I first told her I was going to start doing the YouTube videos. She told me, when you had that experience, I fought that in my sleep for 3 days. And then after that, it never came back.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay. But how do you know it's her?
How do I know that?
Uh, what this happened to you was caused by your
Oh,
divorce?
I don't believe it may have been caused by her, but it certainly didn't help the situation that she was into those types of arts, I guess you could say. Because not saying they're all bad, but the one that she was dealing with was not the nice ones.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really nice girlfriend I had.
Okay. Any other questions are going by? Let me see. Okay. Okay. The family's talking to 13 spirits about doing the Estes method alone. And everybody
Oh
knows
my goodness, you couldn't do it.
how important it is not to do it alone.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it alone.
Okay. Um, so, any questions? Can hear whispers and stuff moving around and things. I hate it. Okay, no, that wasn't a question. Okay, so when can we expect a video from you? Is it this week or next week?
I do want to put out the other video from the cemetery where we just went, but I had to go over the footage, and I don't really edit my videos. When I first started, I was like, yeah, I got to get this editing down. Let me put this music effect in there. Now it's just like people really don't care to hear the music effects and all that. So now I just throw it all together. So possibly by Monday or Tuesday, I should be dropping that video.
Okay. Um, Hi, Journey with Jay. How are you? Long time no see. Okay. Um, if ever you would bring something home with you, would you know what to do to get rid of it? Or you have a second plan, like a friend or something that knows more than you and could help you?
My grandfather is a preacher, so If I needed to be blessed, I could be blessed. If I needed to get holy water, I could get holy water. Now, as far as like if it's something really bad and it can't just be detached by like, praying over me or something like that, I do have a couple friends who are, uh, empaths, and they can actually see some of the auras and feel some of the feelings that are around people. Um, and they might be able to give me steps towards a way to, to eliminate myself of that. Now, if it's, I've got three children, I have three small girls. And if a spirit attaches to me that needs some friends and that it's, just a kid is scared, it needs to go over. I don't mind something coming home with me like that. Not saying, not inviting them, not saying, hey, come here. But if something needed that closeness, I wouldn't mind it being here. Um, my house is your house. You were here before we were. Um, so absolutely, I wouldn't necessarily push it away depending on what it is.
Okay. Paranormal Melissa wants to know, do you have any haunted objects?
No, I do not have any haunted objects. Kayla and myself were talking about going to antique stores and taking our K2 meter with us, and possibly an EVP recorder, or a digital voice recorder. I'm sorry, not an EVP recorder. Uh, a digital voice recorder, and taking it and seeing if we can maybe hear something, if we feel something by an object. We were going to see if maybe it wants a home. Try and get a feel for it before we just bring it to our house, though.
Yeah,
Because you
ask.
never know what you're inviting in. You're right. You never know. It may be happy where it's at. And you don't want to just be like, hey, I'm taking it with me, and you're going to my home, different scene. Um, so absolutely. We're gonna scout out and see if there is something we can find.
Okay, because my mother has a thrift store, a secondhand store, whatever you call it, and I did an investigation there. Well, first of all, because my stepfather died in that store,
Oh, no.
so and we had a
Sorry to
feeling
hear
he was still there, and he is still there. But there are other people. There are much other people. So many. That store is very hard to investigate. It's over my level of knowledge. So I would have to go back there with someone that knows more than me. I'm just starting, so
that. Absolutely.
I would have to go back with someone with more knowledge than I do
Right.
to get a better angle of the camera too and stuff like that. Okay, here we have, is there anything you do before an investigation, prayer or whatever?
Absolutely. I do pray before and after every investigation. And even in some of my videos, if I feel something negative around me, I'll just up and pray. Um, absolutely. I pray before every investigation and after every investigation, and I always tell it, you cannot follow me home. Now, spirits, I've learned the other day, from a couple of close friends, they don't have to listen. If they really want to follow you home, they can. Um, so I do try to keep myself as safe as possible, that I know how. If anybody else has any better um, ways for me to stay safe, absolutely, I'll listen.
Okay. Do you have a lot of spirits that stay with you?
Uh, None that stay with me. I have been told by a few people that I have one here in my home with me. Um, and I haven't personally made contact with him, but it's said to be a boy, very shy. Usually he's right up here in this area here, and he'll just barely show his face. It's been seen by a few people on my live stream. Um, so I personally haven't made contact with him.
Oh, I lost my place. Oh, geez. I had a good question. Oh, here. Okay. When you go into cemeteries, do you feel the presence of the spirits, or? a smell, or is there something that sets you off, like to say there's something here that we must?
Absolutely. Me, I sense. That is my gift. I sense. Um, I can feel when there's something really bad around me. As a matter of fact, in one of the videos I did, I completely felt nauseous. Head started spinning. Got that real hot feeling where you start sweating, even on the palms of your hand. You feel like you're going to pass out. I had to absolutely turn around and go back to the car. I did feel a negative spirit there. Um, was it evil? I don't think so. I think it was just an angry spirit. Um, so yeah, absolutely. I can feel it.
Okay. Here, is there some type of technology you would like to see used in paranormal investigations that does not exist already?
Um, Not that I know of, because the technology for paranormal investigations is constantly evolving. We're always figuring out some other way. Like just spectrum just came out not too long ago. You know, what else? The SLS just come out. Um, the ghost, the spirit box. I'm sorry, just came out really big, and they started improving on it where they can tune the white noise out. So I think everything we have, you can fully use and catch evidence. Um, However, it's always going to constantly keep evolving. So I don't think I could even invent something that we could use that doesn't even that doesn't already exist. I don't know of anything that I could even use.
Okay. Or is there one equipment in particular that you would like to get your hands on, like an investment for your investigations and stuff?
I want a true thermal gun, not thermal gun, but thermal camera. They're expensive, ungodly expensive, um, but I want one. Uh, I think it'll help debunk some things, and it'll also help prove some other things. Uh, so it would be an overall great asset to any team's equipment.
Okay. What was your first equipment that you bought yourself for your investigations?
The
You
very first thing I bought was a camera. It was a 4K camera. Since then, I've upgraded to drones, and I've got 5 or 6 cameras now. And oh yeah,
okay? You were saying that you go and do your investigations with your wife, but you have young children, so I guess you have to call in a babysitter too.
yes, man, we do. We have to organize these. We have to do like my investigation coming up on the 28th. We had to call in a month's advance to a babysitter and say, "Hey, can you do this? Um, we've got to make sure you're going to be here because we can't have one person out in the woods, um, you know, 30 miles from home." So we
Okay.
absolutely have to pre-plan this, and we have to set it up for months ahead.
Okay. But the reason why I'm getting to this is, does the babysitter know what you're going out to do, or you just say you're going out for dinner and a movie or something?
Most of the time, the babysitter does know, and they actually joke with my wife all the time and tell her if she doesn't come back as herself, they're not coming back ever again.
Okay. It's because I was just wondering, it's like, does the babysitter know, or she's in complete denial? And
Nope, nope. She knows fully 100% what we're doing, and she knows what we do. Um, I don't really think they totally believe in it, to be honest with you. I think they're kind of skeptical because they crack jokes about it all the time. So, but that's okay. We're gonna come in with that one awesome piece of evidence one day, and we're gonna like, in the face.
Okay. Uh, Amy wants a thermal drone for her Bigfoot hunting. What do
That
you
would be
think
awesome.
about the cryptid side? Do you believe in the cryptid and like
I,
Bigfoot and whatever monster out there?
now, I will say there's there's parts of this earth that we have never stepped foot on. There's places that people have not even seen. There's depths of the ocean that we have never even seen. Do I believe there's something out there that we don't know about? Absolutely. Do I? Can I say it's a Bigfoot? Can I say it's a Sasquatch? I can't say that. I've never really seen one in real life. Have I seen videos that say it is? Absolutely. But then again, you can't always believe every video you see either. Um, so to track those videos down and confirm that it was 100% real is very time consuming. Um, so I leave that to the professionals that do that, and I'll just listen to them.
Did you know that a Bigfoot likes to hang around graveyards?
No, ma'am. And if he does, hey, as long as he don't try to eat me, we're cool. I'll even dap him up. Like, what's up, bud?
Yeah, I've heard that in quite a few other channels and especially live streams where I learned that they like to hang around graveyards. So that probably explains my half-eaten foot of a deer that I found this spring. I went to a graveyard and there was just like the leg and the foot. I don't know. It was all like chewed, but where's the rest of the body? Couldn't find it.
I want to know where the thing was that was eating it, so I can make sure I stay away
It
from it.
must have been big because like the leg of the deer, it's like come on, it's like my arm here. It was pretty
Oh yeah,
big.
y'all got some big deer up there.
We got moose and we
We,
got it all. Oh, here,
we got
Bart.
that little deer.
Question: did you say you did have abilities?
I do have the ability to sense. I have seen one spirit, and that was at the graveyard that I must go back. It was a full body apparition, shadow. First time I'd ever actually seen it, but I can absolutely sense when something's near. It has gotten so bad that I've actually had to kind of tune it out because when I'm on the road and you pass by a house or you pass by a business or you pass by even a car and you feel like, ooh, I think there's something over there. Um, it, you kind of got to turn it off, especially when you're driving, because it can kind of freak you out. As a matter of fact, there's oftentimes I'm driving and I just feel something and I have to look up in my rearview mirror just because I feel like there's something sitting back there. And I don't know if it's ones that just jump in for a ride real quick and then get back out. I've never actually seen them sitting back there, but I can feel it. Like I feel like somebody's staring at me in the back of the head. Um,
A hitchhiker.
that's exactly what it feels like. Oh, I just picked somebody up, and then the next second it'll be gone.
Wow. Sneaky. Did he say his place is haunted?
I don't believe it's haunted. Um, I I do believe the people who have told me that they see a little boy's spirit here. I personally cannot say I have made contact with him, but multiple other people have done it on live streams, and they've told me about it afterwards.
Okay. Question: how do you turn it off?
It doesn't really turn off. You just kind of ignore it a little bit. It nags at you, but you just kind of like, eh, it's another one. Let's just keep going. It's not like a turn off. Oh, I just lost my earpiece. Let me grab this other one. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I just it never fully turns off.
How old were you when you first realized you had this?
It would have been my very first experience. It was when I was 8 years old. My mother at that time was married to a man who had a house, a brick house that it was built in like the 50s. It was his aunt's. His aunt passed away in the house. Now, the front doorbell on this house was never there since we had moved in, and this was in like 90 92, around that area. Um, and so you couldn't ring the doorbell. There was no doorbell. It had never rang in the 5 years we had lived there. One night in the very middle of the night, it just started ringing. So he got upset. He got up and he knocked it off the wall, the doorbell chime. He knocked it off the wall with a hammer. So there was no wires attached. And back then, in like the early 90s, there wasn't like battery backups yet and things.
Yeah.
Well, it hit the ground and it kept ringing for about another 10, 15 minutes. That night, I peed on myself. I did not get out of bed. I was staying in that bed. Nah, I was scared.
Okay. So that was your first like paranormal experience, and
Absolutely.
you felt that there was something there. And did you tell the people you were with that you felt a presence?
My mother had always said she felt a presence there and that there was something that was constantly pushing her. Um, she never elaborated on that, and still to this day, we really don't talk about it a whole lot. Um, so my mom was very, very much aware that there was a presence there.
Okay. And so, how did you feel? Did you think, like, I have some guests that were on the show in the past? They were saying, "Am I the only one like this?" Or they would say, "I think everybody was like this." What did you think? What did you think that everybody had this gift, or like was it like only me, and why me?
No, ma'am. I
Mhm.
actually at first I thought it was everybody had this ability. Like it
Okay.
wasn't just me that was experiencing this. Now, further on through time, when more things started happening to me, and I would like catch stuff at cemeteries, and other people wouldn't, and I would feel things around me, and other people couldn't. That I fully understood that maybe they don't have the same senses that I have. So maybe I am different in a way. And then when I would tell people about like the story of when I was 8 years old, they would, laugh at me. Oh, it was just wires still connected. And no, no, it was on the ground. There's no wires. Um, but it kind of made me feel indifferent. So I kind of stayed to myself even most of the way through high school. Um, when I would walk through my high school, I don't know what's happened there, but I would always get like a really cold feeling walking through the commons area. Don't know, still to this day, don't know if anything ever happened at my school, but it's built on top of a swamp. So
Okay. Here, right here. Once they know you can feel, hear, or see them, they come out of the woodwork.
absolutely, they do. And that's why I'm saying, like, even when I'm driving in my car, sometimes I'm like, oh, well, just picked another one up. Where is he going to go to, or where is she going to go to? And I'll just keep driving, and eventually I won't feel that back there anymore. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree. They, not so much as to say gang up on you, but once they find somebody, because I feel like they're so lonely there that when they finally find somebody who can hear them or can see them or can feel them, they all want it. Like finally somebody to talk to, finally somebody to communicate with,
Yeah,
and we
because
don't know.
they can feel that you can feel their presence.
Right, right, right.
Here, Barbara Ann, Double D Paranormal. Me too. I don't know that I was different. She didn't know how she was different. And
Right.
here, there's Amy's daughter that is gifted also. Lainey pictures herself in a disco ball and the light reaction off it. Same concept, Laura with. Okay. I'm in a disco.
Yeah.
Okay. For the most part, they just stand around. Oh, see, they're having a conversation again. For the most part, they just stand around and stare. I don't see them freezing. I just know, yeah.
Right. You
Okay.
just know they're there, and you can feel them there. And most of the time, they really don't bother you. They don't. A lot of them, I don't know if it's that they're afraid or they're shy, to get to know somebody who, do they even know that we're alive and they're not alive. Um, so maybe a lot of them are shy and they just don't want to present themselves.
Yeah. Well, so guys, we're almost at our 1 hour mark. So if you have any last questions, just ask away. I'll try to find them. I hope I didn't skip any. Let's see. Let's see. I picture a theater stage. Oh, look. These are good tricks because some have gifts and want to turn them off and they don't know how. So I picture a theater where I open the curtain. When I shut everything off, I close the curtain.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to completely shut it off yet. Like I say, I'm still learning my abilities, and I don't think I'll ever fully understand it. I don't think anyone is ever going to fully understand the the ability of their gift. Um, and I don't think we'll ever find out. Not in our lifetime. Well, not, I know I won't in my lifetime because I'm constantly going to learn from it.
I turned off my GIF, but I can't even tell you how I turned it off. But it my GIF was frightening for me. I was very scared of what would happen when my gift would react and stuff.
Okay.
And I did not want to like go through that again and again and again.
Right.
No, I really do not know. I wish I would know how. I'd probably write a book on it and tell people how to turn it off. I really don't know how
Right.
I do, but I'm glad. And sometimes it tends to come back, but I think it's
But you
not.
still have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's still there, but it's like in the background. That if I let my guards down, it'll pop up again. I'm pretty sure, and I don't want that to happen. So I guess I'm put myself in a big denial that no, it's a coincidence. I saw it and it happened. It's a coincidence, and stuff like that. I would deny it. I guess by denying it so much, it washed it away or something.
But you still have paranormal experiences, even though you shut your gift off.
Yeah, I shut that GIF off for me because I don't think I would have lived as old as I am today. So
Mm.
it's like and I was like, that's my gift started like between I'd say 14 or 15, all the
Oh,
way
wow.
until my mid 20s, and that's when I said it's over. I can't take it no more. I prayed so much to take it away from me that I didn't want it to. So was it my praying? Was it that I denied it? I really don't know.
Maybe a mixture of all of it.
As you get older, your gift gets stronger. Yeah,
Okay. I
probably.
mean, I've kind of noticed that it's more prominent now in my everyday life than it was before. Absolutely, I can agree with that as well.
Here we have Donnie, you are an awesome bro.
Dom, you're awesome, man.
He's part of
All of you guys are awesome.
he's part of the family. Oh, and Barbara says again, a fact. Okay, because she's been there, done that.
Right.
Okay. Well, it makes an hour. So I would like to thank you for accepting my invitation. This was really fun and interesting. We
I
got to
was
know
honored.
a little bit more about you
Yes,
and
ma'am.
put a face to your name. And oh, that's good.
It was
Uh,
nice to get to know everyone.
yes.
It was nice to get to know you, Sandra. You're over here.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you too. Hi, Bixie. We're on our way out. You just made it. So, guys, Double D's link was posted in the chat like for the whole hour. So, find it somewhere, or it's in the description down below if you don't have them. But I think most of you already have them. So, on that note, I want everyone to have a wonderful weekend coming up. Wonderful, safe, and healthy.
Absolutely.
And prayers to everyone that needs them.
Absolutely. Prayers, guys, to everyone in the family who needs it. Everyone. Even if
Yeah,
you don't know you need it, I'm still praying for you.
yeah. So for sure, I'm gonna see you guys somewhere tonight or tomorrow, somewhere,
Absolutely.
somehow. So on that note, have a good night, everyone, and
Have a
see
good
you
night.
again. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.